Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you don't hear this too good, I'm gonna try my best to make it as loud as possible. I'm just filming on my phone and I have been for a while, but if you're new here, welcome. My name is Amy. I'm so happy to have you here. I asked on my Instagram if you guys wanted to see a video like this, and you guys said that, like, most of you said that you guys did want to see it. I would love to have you a part of my channel, so make sure that you subscribe down below and like this video if you enjoyed it at the end. But let's go ahead and get started. So I did have a repeat C-section, and by the way, I will show you baby Noah at the end of the video. He's just currently sleeping in his mama-roo and he just looks so comfy. I don't want to wake him up. And I just put down Sophia for her nap. Sophia is my 20-month-old daughter. So I finally have the time to do this for you guys. But I was a repeat C-section, so this is my second C-section. I had a C-section with my first, and that was an emergency C-section, so this one was scheduled for the 29th of September. Baby Noah was born September 20th, so 9 days early than my scheduled date for my C-section. So I had lost my mucus plug like a week before I had him, and I just kept on losing more and more, and I was like, I'm pretty sure he's just gonna last till my C-section day. But one morning, which was Sunday, I just woke up and I wasn't feeling very well. Like, I was just in a lot of pain, and I was like crying. I walk to Sophia's room, I pick her up, I bring her here to the sofa with me, and if you haven't watched that video, like, it's super raw. I'm literally crying on camera and just emotional AF. And so I called my on-call nurse and I told her, look, I don't feel good, I'm in a lot of pain and I'm feeling kind of crampy, so like, what should I do? And I already knew she was gonna tell me go to the hospital, but she did tell me, like, this may be it. So when she said that, I was like, okay, that's totally something new. I was 37 weeks 6 days, so I was already gonna be 38 weeks that Monday. I kind of started feeling better. I got ready and everything, and I got Sophia ready to take her to my in-laws. And I was like, I told Ernest, I'm like, I don't know if I want to go. I don't want to drive all the way over there because it's like a long drive for us to go to the hospital here. And so then I'm like, I started getting crampy again, and I told Ernest, I'm like, no, let's go. So dropped Sophia off at my in-laws, headed to the hospital. When I get to the hospital, they hooked me up to the monitors and everything. I was getting even more crampier, kind of like contractions, something that I had never felt in the weeks prior to that day. And like, I was having Braxton Hicks, so I wasn't sure if it was contractions, and I've experienced them before, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if they were just Braxton Hicks. So as I get to the OB triage or whatever, they admit me and they monitor me. They give me an IV for fluids, thinking that, okay, I'm just having like Braxton Hicks, I'm dehydrated, blah blah blah. And I knew it wasn't that, because the amount of, like, my urine was so clear, like, of how hydrated I was, and the amount of water that I had been drinking the weeks prior. Like, I was drinking a gallon of water a day, or almost a gallon of water a day. So I knew it wasn't that. And then out of nowhere, boom, like, my contractions started hitting, and they were getting pretty intense. They were coming every 3 to 4 minutes. And so she said, she even checked me, and I was still 1 centimeter dilated, and I was still pretty thick. So I had not, like, improved in my cervix dilating. So she's tracking my contractions, and she says, okay, like, you're definitely having contractions, we cannot send you home like this. They wanted to give me, this is the part where I wanted to make sure I did not forget for you guys. So when I was 33 and like 4 days, I went into preterm labor at a different hospital out of the city, and they gave me the shot to make me stop contracting so that I wouldn't have the baby early. Well, that shot is like the most horrible shot in this world. world. It seriously like made my heart race, and my anxiety was over the roof. Like, I thought I was dying. I thought I was having a heart attack. And she told me that she was gonna have to give me that shot if my contractions wouldn't stop. And I was like I started crying. I told her, I'm like, I do not want that shot. That shot is horrible. I hate it. It makes my heart race like a lot. It puts me in a really bad place. I don't want it. I started crying. And she said, like, I guess when she noticed how I reacted to that, she like, whoa, okay. Because they know how bad that shot is. And they called my doctor, and the surgeon that was in that day, and they spoke to him. They told him, hey, we have someone, you know, like, we have her here. She's having contractions. We cannot let her go home, blah, 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 blah. And they were so booked and full that day. That I was the last surgery. I was literally the last surgery of that day. So they admitted me. They told me, you're not gonna have your surgery for like another 3-4 hours. Depending if you are dilated a lot more, then we can bump you up. But since you're not dilated that far, you're only having contractions, we're just gonna have to like wait it out until we can get you into an OR. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll just like wait it out. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm not dilated. I'll just go through the contractions as much as I can. So I go up to the room with Ernest. They ask me questions, all that stuff. They hook me up again. Contractions are still there. And then they tell me, okay, like, you need to shower, because for a C-section, you have to like be clean in that area with like a specific soap. So I shower, and then right as I'm getting out of the shower, literally right as I'm getting out of the shower, one of the nurse that was taking care of me up there, she knocks on the door, comes in with a wheelchair, and she's like, are you ready? And Ernest and I were like, ready for what? And she's like, your surgery. Like, we're gonna take you down there so that you can so that we can prep you for surgery. And Ernest started shitting his pants. Like, he was so nervous, so scared, and I was trying to keep calm because it was like the real thing. So that's it. They basically just put me in the wheelchair. They took me down there. They prepped me in the pre-op room. And then the anesthesiologist came in, talked to me, told me about the spinal. After that, we just waited for a little bit until my doctor, the one that was going to deliver, was ready. And then they took me into the OR room. In the OR room, I sat on the table where they were going to do the C-section, and they did the spinal. The spinal, I'm not gonna lie, it hurt just a tad bit. The pressure honestly was worse. It was so scary, something I've never felt before, and just to think that it's going into my spine kind of freaked me out. Like, yeah. But after that, like, I did not feel my legs. They laid me down, and I had never gotten a spinal. I got an epidural with Sophia, and so they just put the medication through that. But I had never gotten a spinal, and this time it was so different. My muscles up here, they started getting so tense. I thought I was just like, my muscles were gonna come out of my body. And I was getting so hot. They had put like a blanket on me, and I told them, I'm like, I'm so hot, like I'm sweating, like I was sweating up here. And so they took the blanket off, and I started feeling so much better. With Sophia, I was like so cold. I was freezing. I was shaking. It was crazy. But this time around, they actually asked me if I wanted music, like if I liked any type of music, and I said, yeah, I like country. So they put country music on, and I was just singing, jamming, while the doctor did his thing. And I did want a clear drape. So the moment that Ernest comes in, he watched my whole C-section. He watched as they were cutting me open, as they were like stitching me back up. He watched everything as they took Noah out, like every single thing. And I was able to see Noah freshly out of me, still connected to me, like through the umbilical cord. I was able to touch him through the clear drape. It was just an amazing experience. I truly like loved it. It was great. I honestly can't complain about it. I don't think I have anything bad to say. And then after that, we just went back to the same room, the same pre-op room. And Ernest spent a little bit of time with Noah. And then after that, like, I got to do skin to skin with him. And then that's kind of where everything just went downhill after that, because they started monitoring Noah and he was breathing too fast. He had fluid in his lungs, and because of my C-section, babies tend to have fluid in their lungs because when it's vaginal, they're not being compressed to take all that fluid out. So they had to take him and monitor him at the nursery, and they noticed that something was just off because fluid was coming out. And so they sent him to the Nicu. He spent 36 hours in the Nicu, the worst 36 hours of my life. I basically had to, whenever they came in, someone from Nicu, to tell me that they had to take him, I started bawling. I started crying. I couldn't keep it together. I lost it. And then they told me, before we take him to the NICU, we'll bring him by so that you can see him. And I told them, I'm like, I don't want to see him. It's just going to be so much worse. So I just told Ernest, like, go with him. Just go with him and stay with him. And Ernest stayed the whole time there with baby Noah. He slept down there in the NICU. And then I'm a patient, so I had just had C-section, abdominal surgery, so they had to monitor me, and I just had to keep on with my recovery. So I would have to come back to my room every so often, and I would sleep in my room, and I had to do everything by myself in my room. I had to shower. I had to it wasn't your typical, like, first 36 hours with the newborn and your husband and everything. Like, I had to do everything alone. I had to eat dinner alone, eat breakfast alone, eat lunch alone. I had to do everything by myself. And I was just constantly trying to stay strong. I had to cry by myself. I had to keep it together by myself. I had to stay strong by myself, everything by myself. And then I was able to sleep a bit. Ernest wasn't able to sleep as much because he was in the NICU with him. But yeah, and then the last day, which I kind of knew that they were gonna let him go if everything stayed good, I went down to the NICU, and I wanted to make sure that I was there when they told us that, okay, when the doctor came in to observe him and to tell us that he was okay to go back to my room. So I was there for that. And that's also, like, I caught all of that on camera in my C-section delivery vlog. So if you haven't watched that, make sure you go watch that. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole story of how it went down. Everything was really quick. I tried to get as much footage as I could because I wanted to have this memory, and I wanted to also record it for you guys to see. But everything happened so quick, and right after that, like, my recovery has been great, and baby Noah has been doing good as well. Thank God. I'm literally so blessed. I really wanted him out of me as soon as possible, but all his tests came back good, all his blood work, everything came back good, and I'm just so beyond grateful for that. So this is baby Noah, and you guys have seen pictures of him and stuff all over my Instagram because I've been sharing him and his sister a whole lot. I am currently breastfeeding him. He is cluster feeding like crazy. It's seriously driving me crazy, making my nights without any sleep. But he is the cutest little thing ever. Oh, he's so cute. I love baby boys. I love baby boys. I love you. I love you so much. You're so cute and tiny. But you weigh a lot. You weigh a lot. You weigh so much. I know. Oh, goodness. But that is about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it or you have any questions at all about C-section recovery or anything like that, please leave it in the comments down below. And subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.